All right, both teams taking the field now.
Like general half field.
And the big thing is if a goal gets scored and Peters are doing something, you can come over and because the goal
it doesn't matter.
Game's just about to begin now. As the teams announce they're ready. And it's a mad dash for the Quaffle. It is recovered by Rochester as they get it to Alyssa Giroso. She passes it on to Basimesh Carr, who approaches midfield. Urano gets in the middle, tries to pass it inside to Oshkar, but unable to make the connection. Now Washington has it. A beater is thrown, or bludger is thrown rather, but no good goal there by Washington. It was John Sheridan. Waffle back in the possession of Rochester. Ashkar with it. Slowly walking across midfield, taking his time. He rushes past the defender, trying to find an open lane, and that one went in. So that is a goal for Rochester there. Now Washington immediately running back the other way. Quaffle's knocked away, but recovered. Sheridan passes on to his teammate Dale Farnan. Farnan back over to Tyler Trudeau, who goes long with the pass behind the post. That's Julia Bear with it. Passes it back up to Farnan. Farnan over the Bear. Back to Trudeau all the way across. The ball is lost and recovered by Rochester. Jason Almquist recovers it. Gets it to Ashkar. We are tied up here. 1 goal apiece. Ashkar passes it down to Giroso. She gets it back to Ashkar. He gets brought down. Lost the Quaffle. And it's recovered by Ashkar. Once again, he almost gets brought down again. Gets it to Almquist in time. Almquist there near midfield. Gets it over to Giroso. Back to Almquist. Now back to Giroso as Rochester tries to run a play. Giroso gets it over to O'Connor. He's on the right side looking for an open lane. Goes behind the hoops. Gets it back to Almquist. Almquist now looking for the open player. Still holds on to it. Gets it back to O'Connor. O'Connor rushing towards the hoops. And no good. Couldn't tell if that was a pass or a shot there, but Giroso almost had it. And it's recovered by Washington. Tyler Trudeau with it now for the Admirals. Taking things slow here, allowing the Rochester defense to get into position. Trudeau still has it. Trudeau on the left side. Slowly walking across as he passes it deep to Sheridan. Sheridan back over to Bear. Back to Trudeau now as he dodges a bludger. And the pass inside to Sheridan is good because he was able to basically toss it through the hoop there. That's another goal for the Admirals. Now Washington ball. It's O'Connor with the quaffle as he goes across midfield. Goes behind the post. Tries to pass it inside, and that was rejected there. That was Kip Powpour, I believe. Tried to make the shot, but it was knocked away, and it's back to the Admirals. Trudeau handling the quaffle once again. Trudeau seemingly taking on a utility role for this team. Pass goes way back there to Sheridan. Waffles loose. Trudeau gets it, tosses it back over to Sheridan. He passes it outside to Farnan. Farnan gets it back to Sheridan. Loses the quaffle. Kicks it all the way back to the Admiral side of the field. And that'll be a turnover. That'll be Washington ball. Then now Jacob Lynn for the whiteout. Lynn methodical. He passes it over to Amanda Michaels. Michaels has it, hands it off to Lombardi. Lombardi gets it away, and Rochester scored. I couldn't quite tell who threw it in there. There was a official blocking my view. I'm told it was Jacob Lynn, number 50. And that'll be back to Washington. We're tied up. Brian Mulcahy has it for the Admirals. Defended closely by Lombardi. Lombardi tries to bring him down. Just threw the quaffle away and is recovered by Julia Bear. Bear on the Admiral side of the field, crossing over now. Narrowly dodged a bludger there. As passes inside, back outside to Bear. She tries to get it to Cole. Cole recovers. Now all the way over to Mulcahy. And there's a fight for the quaffle now. Getting rather physical. We've got two whiteout players trying to strip the ball from him. He goes down, tosses the ball out, and it's recovered by the whiteout. Lombardi picking it up. That'll be a tackle from behind for Rochester. Most likely a penalty call coming on that. Officials meeting now, waiting for a call. And no call on the play, actually, so that meeting of the officials there coming down to nothing really. As Rochester still holds possession. That's Lombardi with it. He gets over to Michaels. Michaels throws it inside to Lynn. Lynn getting it all the way back. That was England back there. Rochester still with it. Once again in Joe Lombardi's hands. And for you football fans out there, that's not that Joe Lombardi. Gets it back to Michaels. Michaels breaks away from the defender, tries to score, no good in between two of the hoops. But it is recovered by Rochester. Great dodge by of a bludger there by Anglim. Tries to score once again. And it'll be back in the hands of Michaels. She tries to score, but it is rejected. That was Justin Cole inside there, guarding the hoops. Cole still has it for the Admirals. Cole holding on, passes it over to Rankin. Number 12. She passes it down to Mulcahy. Mulcahy back out to Cole. Cole looking for somebody, anybody that's open. Gets it back over to Rankin. Rankin to Mulcahy. Tries to get it through the hoop there. Hoop was knocked down. And it's all the way back out to Cole around midfield. Official putting the hoop back up on the Rochester end. And with that whistle, the play resumes. Cole still holding on to it. Cole gets it over to Mulcahy. Back to Cole in the middle. Long pass over to Heald. Back to Rankin in the middle. She gets hit. Quaffle goes down, but Cole picks it up. Back over to Mulcahy now. He tries to break free from the defender and does successfully. Mulcahy throws a Hail Mary over to Cole. Cole goes down and loses the Quaffle and is recovered by Rochester. Great pass there by Mulcahy. But Washington unable to hold on as some substitutions come in. Cody Kiefer with the ball now. Kiefer going all the way to the left side. About 10.5 minutes into this match here. Pass into the middle. Trying to get recovered by Rochester. It does. That's Gomaniak. And the ball is loose, and it is in the hands of Washington. Did they? So it was actually a goal. It was sort of hard to see once again there. Yeah, so that was a goal for Rochester. As Mulcahy passes it all the way down to Bear. Bear, long pass over to Cole. Cole puts it right through on the hoop on my right. It would have been his left. And that's another goal for the Admirals. You're tied up at 3 goals apiece now. As Ashkar handles it. Pass it over to Van Buren, who can't handle the easy pass, but he recovers it and barely misses in the middle hoop. That'll be recovered by the Admirals. That one was close, went off the bottom rim of the hoop. Cole has it. Cole taking his time, passing it over to Heald. Heald still with it. Looking for something open. Cole with it, back to Held. Held finding Cole once again. Cole handling the ball a lot for this team. And great pass inside, but once again, Washington unable to capitalize. And that'll be Rochester possession once again. Ashkar with it once again. As Benjamin Stanish comes in for Rochester. Here's Ashkar. Goes around to his left and makes it in the very top of the center hoop. That's another goal for Rochester. That'll be 40-30 for Rochester now. That's each goal is worth 10 points. Got a stoppage here. As play resumes. Cole going for it and scores in the center hoop. So very back and forth contest we've had here so far. Here's Ashkar with it for the whiteout. Rochester once again being very methodical in how they run their offense. Goes for the long pass, and the goal is no good. That one was close once again, as that's knocked away and it's recovered by Rochester. Here's Gominiak with it as he throws it through the right hoop with an emphatic goal. Gominiak really did a great job going inside there. There's Cole with it once again for Washington. Back to Cole. Cole looking for something, passes it past the hoops, and it's recovered by Rochester. Stonish passes it to Ashkar and back to Stonish. We've got some discussion going on between Tyler Trudeau and some accusations going on here from the Washington side.
Because that's life in MLQ, but that's fine. He literally threw it into your half.
Tyler Trudeau not too happy right now as the officials meet. As Rochester still has the ball. All the way over on this side to O'Connor. O'Connor throws it up to Brown. Brown going around the back of the hoops. And great defensive play there by David Littleton, swatting the ball out of midair. It looked like it was heading straight for the hoop. Now over to Farnan. Tried to get the pass inside, but it ended up going in anyway. So that'll be a goal for Washington rather, on what appeared to be a pass that just happened to be straight through the middle of the hoop. We are tied back up here now. And here's Tommy O'Connor with it. Passes it up to Powpour. Inside, knocked away, but recovered by Rochester, and that was Giaroso that got hit by a bludger there, had to drop the ball. Washington with it once again. That's held, passing it a long ways over for the goal. That was David Littleton. Very accurate pass there by Washington, and back-to-back goals. Rochester trying to regroup now. O'Connor with it once again, and in comes Emily Hickmott. Rochester taking things slow. Here's Giaroso. Giaroso tries to pass it away, but it's right into the hands of Littleton as he runs across the field and gets brought down. The quaffle is out, and it's recovered by Trudeau. Trudeau trying to score, no. And here's Giaroso with the recovery. So a lot of action there happening on this side of the field. Giaroso holding on to it. Gets it over to O'Connor. As Almquist comes back into the game. O'Connor running. Pass it over to Powpour. Back to Almquist. Almquist goes for the center hoop but misses. Giaroso will recover. Breaks away from her defender. And then gets hit from behind, so that'll be a penalty. And a yellow card. Yellow card, that'll be 1 minute in the penalty box for TJ Generic. Here's Giaroso with it. Giaroso passing it over to Almquist. Almquist trying to break free of his defender. Drops the quaffle, passes it out on the ground, and recovered by Giaroso. Tries to hold on to it. And we've got a scrum going on in the middle of the field here. Feel like I'm watching the Eagles try to recover a fumble. No idea who's got what. And it's back into the hands of Washington as Trudeau has it. Passes it inside. And that'll be a goal there by John Sheridan. So some chaos happening around midfield there resulted in a goal for Washington.
You're good in 10 seconds. 18:30.
O'Connor handling the ball now.
3, 2, 1. You're good.
Crosses midfield as Generic comes back in from the penalty box. Touches the hoop. Pass goes back to Almquist. Now over to Michaels. Michaels back to Almquist. Inside to Powpour. Now back out to O'Connor. He misses high. And the quaffle is recovered by Rochester. Almquist with it. Tries to break away. Tries to make the long pass, but that is picked off by Sheridan. We're at the 19-minute mark. That means 1 minute until the snitch comes into play. Here's Trudeau with it. Trudeau passes it over to Bear. Bear now over to Nardone. And back to Trudeau.
19:30.
Trudeau with it. Passes it inside and deep to Generic. He gets brought down. And it's recovered by Rochester after the ball was knocked away. And once again, we've got a little bit of a scrum going here. But it will remain in the possession of Rochester.
20 minutes.
And we are at the 20-minute mark.
After he picked it up.
Lombardi comes in for O'Connor. Here's Ashkar with it now. Ashkar trying to get past Generic. Sheridan tries to bring him down, goes for the Hail Mary inside, and Lynn was able to recover it, but not in the air.
So it's like a little break now.
Yeah, so there's going to be one break and then the snitch.
All right. Yep. So we've got just about a minute break in the action here, getting set up for the second half here. The Admirals currently up 70-50, or 7-5.
Set score is 60 left.
So we have the set score set up at 130 now. The Admirals reach that. That'll be it, as we are getting set up for the second part of play here. Snitch now coming into play. They're the one in the black shirt and yellow shorts.
Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
Admirals handling the quaffle.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The Seekers have come out in order to try to, there's a tail on the snitch there. That the goal is to remove that, and that'll be 30 points. Trudeau has it. Passes it inside, and that's a goal for Washington. That makes it 80-50 now. Here's Hickmott with it for Rochester. Right. Pass it inside to Ashkar. Ashkar loses it on the pass attempt to Lombardi. But Lombardi recovers. Gets it back over to Ashkar. Ashkar passes it all the way over the hoops. That's Hickmott with the easy goal. Rochester making it interesting again, 80-60 now. And here's Trudeau. And Rochester has grabbed the snitch. Got a conference going on here between the snitch and the officials. Just confirming on if it's a catch or not. And it is not called a catch. They were ruled out of bounds, so that won't be a point boost for Rochester there. Tough call for the whiteout. And Trudeau handling the quaffle. Trudeau finds Sheridan, who punches it through. That'll be another goal for Washington as the hoop gets knocked down. Still a battle going on for the snitch over there as well as they come into the middle of the field. Rochester also with the quaffle. Gets it inside to Hickmott, who scores once again. That's back-to-back goals for Hickmott. And that'll be 90-70. Trudeau has the quaffle. Passes it inside. Trying to break free there. For the goal is Dale Farnan. So it's 100-70 now. Very back and forth game here. Here's Ashkar. Ashkar with it. Gets it over to Hickmott, who has scored consecutive goals for Rochester. And she does it again. 3 straight for Hickmott. And Rochester once again bringing the deficit down to 20. Trudeau running, well, jogging really, gets it over to Sheridan. Sheridan on the inside, trying to break free of his defenders, puts it through the hoop. We have a real barn burner here, folks. Another goal for the Admirals. Gets them a 30-point lead once again.
They're debating if it's a pull for Washington.
Looks like Washington might have grabbed the snitch there. As the officials are. And Washington was able to grab the snitch. That'll be 145-80.
Is that the final?
And that'll be the final in match 1 here. As I said, 145-80 in favor of the Admirals after that very clutch grab of the snitch there. Rochester never really out of it. 30 points in this game isn't that huge of a deficit, and Hickmott seemed to be trying to take charge of the comeback all by herself, scoring 3 consecutive goals for the Whiteout. How much time in between matches?
At least 15 minutes, maybe more, depending on the next game is scheduled to be at 5, so probably at 5.
The next match will begin at 5 o'clock, so we've got some time in between matches here. And we'll be back for that one pretty soon.